one of the like ideas behind peacefulness in Antarctica is everybody has made a deal with these aliens for that alien tech, and anybody who gets out of line, no more tech.
President Eisenhower allegedly had a meeting with some Nordic aliens.
Nazis.
Huh?
Oh, they're a Nordic alien who just escaped from Nordic Germany.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore.
Spectrum surfer Mike Glazer. Just riding it. You know what I mean?
Fucking good, man.
Riding that spectrum.
And welcome back to another episode of High in the Sky, the podcast where we get high and ask why. Allegedly. Right, because you have to put that in there. Let me just say this, though. I'm so excited about this episode. This is the episode I've been waiting on the entire season. You guys have no idea the amount of joy I got when I read the email and found out that this was going to be topic. I'm just ecstatic.
Yeah?
I'm ecstatic. There's so many feels and ideas and thoughts that I have on this topic. I can't wait to get in it. Today we're talking about the dark secrets of Antarctica. Okay, and it really should have been a twofer. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because there's so much that we're not even gonna get a chance to get into. Antarctica is mind-boggling to me.
It's all unknown.
It's so unknown.
Well, somebody knows it.
Antarctica is so weird, bro.
There we go.
Bro, nobody owns it.
Uh-huh.
Has governing countries, right, who all kind of look out for it. Only people are allowed there are scientists in the military that provides protection or guidance or, setting those boundaries and enforcing those boundaries. I feel like, and this is just me, on my deep, deep theory conspiracy shit, I think Antarctica is the alien base for a species that is way more powerful than us. And it's kind of like omnipotent.
Yeah.
Knows all, sees all, is everywhere. And so they're like, hey, listen, you guys can come here. You can learn from us. You can learn and check out our technology. You can adjust it to what you need to figure out how it can work for you. You can't take anything from here, whether it be our vegetation, whether it be our technology. You can only study it. And if you ever try to play in my face, I will wipe out Earth.
Wow.
And I think that is because, the reason I think that is because what other force could get multiple countries to work together and never go against each other or violate that treaty set in place? The only time we as humans have obeyed somebody like that is when they were an authority figure. We did it as parents, as children, but with our parents.
Sure.
Like, there were other adults, but we were most afraid of our parents, right? Because they were the authority figure. We knew that they could lay down the law if they wanted to. They were bigger, they were stronger, they had belts or whatever your punishment or discipline was. They had that. The only way humans would respect that treaty is if they knew that whoever set it in place was not to be trifled with. And the only way we would do that is if that being was way more powerful than us, which is why I think that nobody still knows anything about Antarctica except for the people that are allowed there. That's just my hot take on that.
It's a real hot take.
And I've thought so much about this. I am so fascinated with Antarctica, everything about it, how big it is, almost 5 million square miles, right? And no one knows anything about it.
Yeah.
Like over 90% of Antarctica has not even been explored, right? The facts that we're going to drop in here and theories that we're going to drop in here today, if you don't know about Antarctica, they're going to blow your mind. It's going to be one of your biggest and one of your most favorite conspiracy theories because there's so much wow and what the surrounding Antarctica.
Let me just stop you right there before you melt the ice caps.
I am
You're
here.
sizzling, dude.
I am. My listen, the nipples is nippling right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
The bumps around my areola closing into the thing, it's like a record. Like, right, man, I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spitting hot fire, man. Exciting. It's exciting.
I love this.
It's great, too, because most people are like, oh, you mean that solid ice nature preserve?
Mm-hmm.
that no one knows about, and you're like, no, it's so much more.
It's so much more. I'm ready to just jump in. Can we just
let's jump in. Let me just give like a quick like rundown of like a couple of theories, and we'll jump into all of them.
Yes.
Could be a Nazi base.
Yeah.
Could be a place where aliens reside.
Also that.
Could be a doorway into a tunnel down into the Earth's core. Could be a hollow Earth situation.
Could be a hollow Earth situation.
All of which could also just all be true. It could be D, all of the above.
Yeah, could be Atlantis.
Could be Atlantis.
I'm so excited about this episode. But before I even jump into it, because I'm jumping off the deep end, goddammit. Okay? As always, I want to remind you, do your own research, guys. Okay? We're not your teachers. What we're saying is not law. I mean, most of the I say is law, but still do your own research because we are just trying to point you in the right direction to help you know what questions to ask, why to. But do your own research.
Lead the way on this expedition.
In 1959, 12 different nations came together and was like, and this is, mind you, this is including the U.S. And the USSR. And they signed a treaty that the grounds that were accessible to each country would only be used for scientific research, and that the results of that research had to be shared with everyone. That's another thing why I think that the aliens set the treaty and are enforcing it, and the humans are afraid of them. And remember, this is in 1959, so this is right after the war. This is imagine going to war with the country. I mean, and we beefing bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. And then we both show up at this other country that we can't own, but we're trying to, and then being told that we have to be in this treaty together. And if we find out anything, we got to share it with each other. That's aliens, man. Aliens. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that can't, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to go. Also, no country can establish a military base there.
Correct.
Right? So it can't be an ally to a certain degree. Can't have like people set up for a long time. I would imagine they rotate, but we also don't have all the information on the military personnel that is there that's enforcing these rules. But no one is allowed to detonate nuclear bombs or dispose of nuclear waste in Antarctica as well.
I mean, that one's good because it is like 80% of the Earth's ice.
Yeah, the ice caps.
Yeah. So if you want to talk about real runoff, you got that nuclear sludge starting in an ice cap, and that's going to permeate the whole rest of the world from the top down. You want to talk about trickle down nuclear waste. It's going to go up here, a little bit of melt, shoop, 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 and then it's like all over our ocean floors.
Yeah, all bad, killing the fish, up the salmon, turning them purple. That'd be weird.
That would be crazy weird.
That'd be crazy as hell. Okay. Let me calm down. Collect my composure. Couple fun facts about Antarctica. Little origin, if you will. Antarctica was only discovered in 1820, which makes it younger than the United States, which is crazy because the United States is young as hell compared to like the rest of the countries.
Interesting.
Nearly 98% of Antarctica, the ground is ice. Right, that's roughly 90% of the world's ice. All of it's coming from Antarctica. Big A dog. Antarctica is more than 5 million square miles, but has no permanent residence. None.
I'm everywhere.
Nobody getting mail in this. P.O. box for all you.
No one's allowed to have Prime? No Amazon Prime?
Nah. Wow. You got to go to the hub. It's a Prime hub there. You get sent to, but nobody has a permanent address there.
Yeah.
We not rocking with that. Also, this is one of the most interesting facts to me. There's no time zone in Antarctica. None. Okay? Because it's at the base of the world. And Antarctica has 2 active volcanoes. And the stream from those create tunnels, underground tunnels and caves, which might reach a temperature of 77 degrees.
I'm going to check my pockets because I'd like to throw a flag on that play.
I would love to. Come on.
There can't be volcanoes in Antarctica. Antarctica is all ice, so a volcano would melt all that ice. How are you telling me that there is all ice and there is all fire in Antarctica? That is a crazy, if true, fact. Is that true?
Here's the thing.
There's volcanoes in Antarctica?
There's 2 active volcanoes in Antarctica. Now, the thing is, you have to remember, just because something is active doesn't mean that it has to erupt. It just means that
I'm sexually active, but 12 years.
2 active volcanoes in Antarctica. Okay, just
that's so wild, man.
But because it's not erupting doesn't mean it's not active. And as I said, that the steam from those create the tunnels, the underground tunnels and caves that have the temperatures that can get up to 77 degrees.
Yeah.
So that's where that heat is going, and it is melting some of the ice, but not all of it. But it is creating those underground caves and tunnels.
That's so incredible.
It's amazing, man.
That's so incredible.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, you're going to around and find the secrets of life in Antarctica.
Can I share a fun fact that I just learned from you?
Please.
I thought Antarctica was up here. I thought it was at the top of our globe. It's at the bottom.
It's at the bottom.
I didn't know that. And that's just something I just felt like I should reveal. I thought the North Pole was Antarctica. It's not?
I don't think so.
Man, do not smoke weed with me. I will turn you inside out and upside down. You will have a terrible time at your next dinner party trying to share a fact that you learned recently. Oh, did you know the North Pole is Antarctica? I really thought, because it's so famous. They're both so famous.
Yeah,
I thought they were one and the same.
Yeah.
All right. So that's another fun fact. It's under.
Yes. Before we go on, people at home, our beautiful, beautiful family at home, questioning everything, as you should. I would love for you guys to comment right now your favorite fun fact or your favorite little known fact about Antarctica, if you have one. If you're excited about Antarctica, if you know stuff about Antarctica, or if this is all news to you, please put it in there. And if this is news to you, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this episode so much. I hope that my energy is permeating through these cameras and you're feeling all of it, because I'm so pumped about this one, bro. So let's again, we go into the origins. And I'm going to address some of the top conspiracy theories around Antarctica. And one of them is that the caves in Antarctica are actually Nazi hideouts.
Yep.
And that's where when the war was in the roughest parts, they sent some soldiers away, and they've been chilling there ever since. So,
I mean, it's a good place for Nazis to hide out. We are a desert people. We don't like to be cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you went up there into the tundra, we'd be like,
Yeah. We're gonna wait till they get to this part, and then we're gonna fire some stuff over, but we can't go over.
Yeah.
I mean, Antarctica is normally negative 71 degrees. That's like the average temperature. Negative 71 degrees.
I can't with that. I won't even do the ice bucket challenge. I won't do an ice bath. I can't deal with negative. It's hard for me to actually comprehend that in my mind's eye, how cold that really is. I'm such a hot, I like to burn my skin off in the shower. I like being warm, toasty, cozy all the time.
I feel that.
And so I can't even comprehend negative 71.
Negative 71.
What is that? What's boiling? I bet you throw boiling water. I bet it freeze.
Immediately.
Right?
Immediately.
Man,
no
that's
chance.
Wild.
No chance. I don't know the numbers and the time, but I know going outside without a jacket on like that is almost guaranteed frostbite and death.
Yeah.
Right? And Antarctica, it could be negative 71, it could be 0, it could be negative 20. Whatever it is, it's too cold for me. Okay, I'm not trying to just be walking through there or doing any type of exploring. I need to be suited up, and I need to be in the vehicle.
Absolutely. What's your room temp? What's your temp at your place?
About 68, 69.
68. Classic.
Always.
Classic.
Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, fine. Because I remember reading some facts about Everest. And you can only stay out there without a jacket on or something like that for 3 minutes before your body shuts down on you. Yeah.
What about with a tauntaun wrapped around you from Star Wars?
Yeah, that I don't know.
You don't know the timetable on that?
Yeah, I don't know the timetable. I can't validate in it, but you should definitely look that up.
I'll look that up.
Fact check that.
Probably 7 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
But yeah, let's get into it. I don't want to strong arm this episode.
By all means, buddy, because as soon as we sat down, you were like, can we start? So go off, because I mean, did the Nazis escape there? Possibly, probably, actually, yes, they did. Everyone is like, no, Hitler died in that bunker. And Tough to say.
Tough to say. We don't know for sure.
There's like a lot of, I mean, we'll get into Operation Highjump and, you know, how all those things connect and how the Nazis connect to that. So I do believe that if you were going to have a supervillain hideout, there's no better place than Antarctica.
Right.
And to me, the Nazis are the ultimate supervillain.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a good place to build an ice fortress.
But do you know why Hitler sent some people to Antarctica? Do you know why he did it?
No.
Because they're fat. Because them love fat. They love butter. This is crazy, right? So Nazis love butter so much that they were worried about it being a shortage during the war. And so they were like, fuck it, we got to find alternate sources for butter. We need some fat. So they started researching whale blubber as a source of butter.
It's so cute. It's bothering me.
What?
Because you're like, these fat little Nazis love butter. And it's like kind of cute to picture these Augustus Gloop looking dudes kind of searching Antarctica looking for whale fat. Like, it's adorable, unfortunately.
So 1945, July, right? This is like 2 months after the wars had ended. A Nazi U-boat showed up on the shore of Argentina. Then a month later, another one popped up.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, people starting to figure out, but like the rumors start to circulate.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
That Hitler, Eva Braun, and other high-ranking officials of the Reich had escaped Germany and went down to Antarctica to set up camp. Now, like you said, we're desert people. We like the warm. Mm-hmm. It's a perfect place for them to go set up shop. You know, have a evil laboratory where they running tests and figuring out what they can do, and then just waiting for the perfect time to strike again, or building this evil army so they can, you know, penetrate other countries and then get those people into the high-ranking officials and positions where they can still control the world.
Yeah, it's like a stopping point on the way to Antarctica for them. Right?
Yeah.
Like they're hitting Argentina, resupplying, being like, what's up? We're going to drink some Quilmes, use the bathroom.
Yeah. Sit down one time.
100%. And then like continue to move on to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was that dude, Hungarian exile. Like apparently Argentina is the place to go. If you've been exiled, drop by Argentina.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so Ladislav Sabo, he's Hungarian, exiled to Argentina, starts noticing all this, starts writing articles, wrote a book about it, and he kind of like set in motion the idea that the Nazis are using Antarctica as a hidden underground bunker and secret place. So
which isn't it's not a bad rumor, or it's not even like an illogical thought. I feel like for that time, like
if you're gonna witness protection yourself,
listen.
Were you gonna go to Pennsylvania?
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to tell you. Now, here's the thing. Like, if I was a villain and I was trying to find somebody, all you would have to go to is Arizona. Because I would never do a summer in Arizona. Now, if I catch your ass in the fall or the winter, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a summer in Arizona, that. Keep the money.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. So going somewhere like Antarctica, genius. And they got their whale blubber so they can still have their fats. Go ahead and do it.
Have you seen a whale before?
Yes.
It's incredible, right?
Yes, it's very breathtaking, especially depending on how close they are.
How close? I was like in a boat out in Alaska with whales like breaching.
Yeah.
Is that?
I was down in San Diego.
In San Diego? Yeah, same thing, man.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard
I did it in Alaska too.
What do you mean?
I forgot. I went to Alaska to go film a show, flew into Fairbanks, and then drove into the town and then caught a ferry. I think I was going to Haines, Alaska when I was on the ferry, and it's only accessible by like seaplane or ferry. And on this 2.5 hour ferry, we saw like 6 whales.
Awesome.
And it was like crazy because, mind you, we're on this body of water, and it's so calm and so peaceful, so serene. And then you see this, and it's like, oh my God, did that just happen? It was mind blowing.
Right? Yeah. Alaska's so special.
It is.
I think it's the best place. If I could live anywhere besides here, I'd live in Alaska.
Really?
I love it. It's the best place on earth. It's majestic, like you said. Yeah. It's
that's
unreal.
because you haven't been to Antarctica, bro.
I would love to go to Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't. What am I saying? I wouldn't. I mean, like we can get into. There was a dude who Colin O'Grady is his name, and he walked Antarctica, tip to tail, solo.
Damn.
And like, you know, I can't even imagine. He was like, he said the first hour he's dragging a 375 pound sled, fuel, food, everything, his tent, all of it, a recording equipment. In the first hour of this thing, he's crying. And he's like, I can't do this. He calls his wife and she's like, why are you crying? And he's like, because I haven't even reached the starting point yet. They had to drop him on an ice shelf to get to the starting point. And he's like, I can't do this. And she's like, you haven't even started. Get in there, go, which is cool. Like, what a partner to support you. And he made it all the way across. But he said like the flow states that he would hit while dragging a 375 pound sled, where you don't even know how much time is elapsing. You don't know what's going on. It's all white around you. There's like nothing but fear and your own mind and gale force winds and negative 70 degrees. And he did it. He did it though. So yeah, I don't think I want to go to Antarctica.
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
All right, listen. Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
God damn, that's cool. I now got to research this guy.
Check him out, man. I was like digging into him last night. He set a bunch of world records, but the big one is like traversing Antarctica. Would be real funny. You like walk by and you see like Hitler like frozen.
Hello, how are you? We don't do that anymore. Much more compassionate.
That's your Hitler impression?
I don't know why I was doing that.
Hello.
Hello. Well, because he hasn't been there in a while. So he's just, he's acclimating to the cold. He's like, hey.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You mentioned Operation Highjump.
Yeah.
Let's jump into that. All pun intended. 1947. All right. U.S. military campaign operation called Operation Highjump.
Admiral Richard Byrd?
Yeah, he was leading that. And we're going to talk a lot about this guy in this episode because he was a character, to put it lightly.
He might have also been the only one speaking the truth and having the bravery to like try and create a real like
account of
an account. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Or he could have been, suffering from hypothermia. Nobody knows how many toes this guy had when he was writing down these accounts. Like this could be very much an account of hypothermia, and he was probably drinking. You know what I mean? Because alcohol doesn't freeze, right? Well, I don't know a negative 71, but like in your freezer, gin, vodka, all that shit, it ain't freezing. But I don't know what happens in negative 71 degrees. But anyway, one of the largest expeditions ever to target this frozen continent. Okay, we talking nearly 4,700 people for personnel, 33 planes and aircrafts, 13 ships. I mean, they basically moved a small town.
Yeah.
To Antarctica, right? According to the government, this was for training to prepare to fight enemies on a frozen ground.
Do that in St. Louis, Missouri in December.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Could.
I love when the government is like, it's for training.
Yeah, like and
really,
and
you need 5,000 people to do that.
So we couldn't go to Alaska because that's us. Like that's ours, and it's almost the same kind of like environment. But you couldn't go to Alaska. But okay, sure, play in our face all day, Mr. Government. We love when you do.
I think that they were there to claim like it's another moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They wanted to plant that flag of America in Antarctica and maybe, set up a couple of their own secret bunkers there. Why not? Like anything the government does where they're like, it's actually for training. It's like, no, it's not. It's for like deceitful, malicious behavior.
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
Well, allegedly.
So,
of course, they set it up as it was a training op, but conspiracy theorists believe that they were sent down there to destroy the Nazi base in Antarctica. And according to Byrd's long lost journal entries, which, oh my God, when we get in these entries, they're a lot, guys. Okay, even for me, I'm like, all right, this motherfucker.
Yeah,
wow.
J.R.R. Tolkien was like, okay, all right, you got a real writer.
A lot of R.L. Stein books were based off of this long lost journal that was found by a distant family member after the admiral had passed away. But in the journal, he has accounts of being attacked by a new race. Said we have a new enemy, new race of people / aliens, and new technology that he has never seen before, far more powerful and far more superior to what anything humans have available at the time.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty ominous in itself. That's pretty crazy.
It is. Do you believe it? Do you believe that aliens were there? The Operation Highjump fleet found those aliens and were like, oh.
Okay, again, I'm just gonna go out and say this. I think Admiral Byrd might have been drunk a lot, or he was like severely, affected by the weather.
Sure.
And
he probably had SAD.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
What's
seasonal affective disorder?
I mean, possibly.
Maybe.
I wasn't going right there, but I mean, possibly it's possible.
Yeah.
But you guys will see why I say that, why we say that in a little bit. But these stories, like what I just said, is kind of like, oh, okay, you saw some aliens. That's great. That's the bottom right there. It's going to get so wild in these stories, and some people think that he might have been hallucinating. Some people think that he was referring to Scandinavians or tall Germans. No one knows. Norwegians. Who is he talking about? Is it aliens? We gonna jump into it, and I'm gonna be asking y'all the whole time. All right. So what y'all think? Was he drunk right here, or was this an actual report and an actual finding? I'm gonna be asking you guys the whole time. They sound crazy. They sound super far-fetched. However, Admiral Byrd was a decorated war hero. He was celebrated. He has family. So to the family, if you have those journals, thank you for sharing. If you could update us and share a little bit more, that would be great. But either way, respect to Admiral Byrd, and we appreciate his family member for allegedly sharing his alleged stories.
I mean, one of the journals said that he saw like disc-shaped crafts like moving at super speed, and the technology was not only out of control, but they were attacking.
Yes.
So
Antarctica is the home where the Nazis and the aliens team up. Got it. Perfect. Sounds great.
On that tip,
yeah.
If the Nazis had a secret bunker there, and then they made a deal with these aliens to get that alien technology before anyone else, well, then the U.S. is going to also need to make a deal with those aliens. Otherwise, we're going to fall behind the Germans in terms of like technology and technological warfare and advancement. Absolutely. Right? So there's this like whole thing about Operation Highjump where Admiral Byrd reports back to Eisenhower and is like, you got to make a deal with these aliens. Right. Like, you know what I mean? The Nazis are getting all the cool tech, man. You got to make your own deal with them. And so like one of the like ideas behind peacefulness in Antarctica is everybody has made a deal with these aliens for that alien tech. And anybody who gets out of line, no more tech.
And it might be no more you.
It might mean no more you.
Yeah. I thoroughly believe that it has to do with a higher power species or a more evolved species that's able to keep all the 12 countries in check and agree.
Yeah, it's really the only way, isn't it?
That is as humans, it's always who has the bigger stick.
Yeah.
It's always been that way since evolution. And so you mean to tell me this one place that comes off as like just barren Iceland, everybody's in agreement with not owning and also not letting other people come, but also y'all can't permanently live here. And we're all in agreement with sharing the findings and information we get from here. And we just doing it out of good spirit. No. That's never happened before. It's never happened. And the only way that would happen if there is a force in play that's telling us we better do it or else.
Completely agree. Yeah. It's really the only way. Dang. Interesting. And that also means like Antarctica is like an awesome portal for aliens to possibly come and go.
I bet it's lit as there. I bet the cafeteria there is fire.
Oh,
it's like the Star Trek Enterprise. Remember Enterprise, you just tell computer what you want. Computer, hot bowl of chili, dollop of daisy on top, crackers on the side, oyster crackers on the side. Zzz, immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I bet it's lit as hell there. I want to go.
How do you like your chili, Daisy? A little shredded cheese, beans, no beans?
Oh my God, it depends on like how much time we got. If we got time to do it right, then let's do it from scratch. Let's do it with the real chili beans and everything. Let's do it. Pour the stock in and then let it simmer, and then throw that meat in there and those I like throw a little mushroom in there. I like the texture of it right there.
Yeah.
Some onions on there.
Mm-hmm.
Then let that sit on them. Let's mix it all together.
A little spicy.
A
little Tabasco at the end.
Yeah. My wife does it really well.
Really?
Really well.
Nice.
She doesn't meat heavy.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to.
It's too late. It's okay. I already got my wing out before you stepped on it.
Okay, good. Okay. No, Bill, I just didn't want you to think I've met your wife. She's lovely.
I just meant she puts a lot of ground beef, and we like that in the chili a lot.
No, I know y'all throw it back. Come on. How long you been together? I know
It'll be 12 years in March.
Come on, man.
Well, married 12 years. We've been together since 2005.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, that's envious.
Nah, man, no. It's a lot of growing, a lot of loving, a lot of laughs, though. That's probably what I'm most thankful for, the laughs and the love.
Well, do I want to tell that story? No. Continue.
No. Yeah. So in 1947, Admiral Byrd makes a report to the government that there is a new enemy among us, allegedly. President Eisenhower allegedly had a meeting with some Nordic aliens.
Nazis.
Huh?
Nazis.
No, I didn't say that.
Come on.
No.
Oh, they're a Nordic alien who just escaped from Nordic Germany.
What? Admiral Byrd is a look gone off that drink. Or it might have been a look gone from the weather or whatever. But I think that he was looking at the Nordic aliens. And he was just like, yeah, man, look at these guys, man. These guys look funny. Look at you, man.
Yeah.
It's like, Eisenhower, man, you got to meet these motherfuckers. It's crazy. And Eisenhower was like, I told you we shouldn't have sent this drunk motherfucker.
No, man.
The
Nordic ones, they're all wearing Hugo Boss. You're going to love them.
Do you like Drakkar Noir? This is really popular down here.
Got it.
And then there was another group of aliens, allegedly, called the Greys, which we're all familiar with if you've done any type of reading or research when it comes to aliens. The Greys are definitely one of the more popular groups of aliens. And supposedly Eisenhower agreed to meet with the Greys and, agree to their terms of not taking anything potentially, I guess, from Antarctica or whatever.
But the Greys are the real ones.
The Greys are the real ones. And allegedly Eisenhower permitted the Greys to abduct humans and cattle, and they could do it for experiments, but they had to return the human test subjects.
Unbelievable. So the agreement is we get all the advanced technology and they get butt play?
Well, I don't think we get all of it, and that we definitely didn't get it exclusively.
Sure.
But we get access to it now because we agreed to let them do experiments on humans and cattle, but they could not kill the experiments, the abductees, I guess, if you will.
Interesting. Man, I don't know if I'd make that deal. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to be maybe if are you better than the Nazis when you're making a deal with an alien and saying you can abduct Americans for this weaponry and this technology? I think you're kind of calling a kettle black in a way, if that's the deal that you're making. We don't care if you take some buddy from Louisiana, lift him into the sky, kill all of our cattle and do all of this. If we get a new pew, that feels a little...
you got to remember, this is the same government. And if you guys go back to our chemtrail episodes, this is the same government that did all types of experiment on U.S. cities, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is the same government that dumped waste into our water. This is the same government that conducted Tuskegee experiments. And you don't think that the government would be like, oh yeah. You listen, just don't kill them. Right? But you can do your little probe and stuff. Right? This is little butt stuff you like, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can do that. You just get a couple cows soon. On me. But bring the humans back. You really think that the government wouldn't do that?
Yeah.
You really think that the government, in all honesty, didn't take some of those Nazi scientists and plug them into NASA?
Right. You're right. I thought I was coming up with something original, but you're like, no, this is who we are.
Man, this is definitely who we are.
That's a good point.
this is absolutely that. So I can absolutely believe that they gave the green light to abducting some of us, and
Do you think those aliens don't have butts? You think that's why they're so into it?
Yeah, I think they may have evolved to a point where they don't need like to ingest food through their mouth, so like everything is telepathic, right? And they do telepathy. Right, and they don't have buttholes because they're not eating anything, so they don't have anything.
They don't need mouths because it's all coming from the mind. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, let's learn more about that tube."
And I think what made them really want to explore humans and like abduct us is like, man, why do they keep sitting down? What is going on? It was like they bring them up to the ship. They're like, do that little thing that you was doing when we brought you up here. You're like, what? Show us how that works. Like, all right, well, I just sit down here, and now why do you do that with your pants? Because I need to open my legs when it's like sometimes it requires me to rock back and forth, and it's easy to do with my pants. So okay, why not just take them off? Oh, just in case somebody busts in the bathroom. Does that happen a lot? No, it doesn't. But you stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Oh my! You imagine the whole conversation all about you, man.
My favorite drinking game. Bottoms up, dude. But you're making great points. I hope that my dream would be, hold on, let me drink because cheers, everyone. My dream would be the aliens abduct you next. And it's like, we don't need to abduct anyone else after Tahir.
Oh, no,
we got all the information we need.
I'm so regular, baby. You can set your calendar by me. Like, I know when to scale it back a couple seconds because we went forward to that. Listen, I'm super regular.
Personal question?
Yes, please.
Crumpler or folder of the toilet paper?
Folder all day long.
All day long.
People that like pull the toilet tissue and just ball it up, and then I would never let them serve me food, have me candy or cookies or anything. You got to get them hands covered.
Yes.
You need to be halfway, a little bit more than halfway inside of that fold. Okay,
nice.
So you can get some good clearance, right? But when it folds over, your fingernail's not exposed, baby.
Absolutely.
That's what the other part right there. That's gonna fold back, and now your fingernail. And fellas, I'm be honest with you. You need to get a bidet. Okay, you out here taking without a bidet, you trifling. That's why you only wearing black drawers. Okay, because you know that gray will tell on you. Gray drawers will tell on you. What you got on? What you got on? Black. See, I got confidence. I got gray. I got light and dark gray. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What we got here? Huh? See that gray? Because I'm confident in my wipes. Okay? I turn that bidet on, and I will admit, I got my mother's hips and so I had to lean over to the side, and I had to pull one cheek. Otherwise, it's just gonna hit the sides. It ain't gonna never get up in there. I had to, but it's effective. It's effective. We've cut our toilet tissue and wipe budget down by $80 per year.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
You let that bidet do 80% of it. You just got to go in there and clean up the flows.
That's a nice piece of A5 Wagyu right there. You can get instead.
You're not wrong, though.
I'm not wrong.
You're
That's
not wrong.
nice. Okay.
All right.
So people are like, look. Hammered.
So there have been other alien encounters, allegedly, in Antarctica. So according to one guy, higher-ranking officials told the officers that were coming if they see anything going on in Antarctica, anything weird, not to mention it. And I feel like that was a nice way of saying you say anything, you die, right? Because that same officer that was told that later said he saw a silver disc flying over a mountain peak, which means that the motherfucker didn't heed the warning, okay? So he might not even be here no more because he obviously talked to somebody. But to be told that when you get somewhere lets you know, oh, it's some shit down here.
Yeah.
It's some down here.
New Jersey drones. Antarctic alien spacecrafts?
Could be.
Somebody let something rip. They shouldn't have said nothing. And now these drones are like, all right, well, then we're going to do some flybys.
We just setting up because if y'all want to take it there, we can take it there. Y'all know y'all weren't supposed to say nothing. So now we got our people in place. If you getting froggy, guess who gonna jump? It's very possible.
Interesting.
There were also reports of sightings of doors in ice. Some like on the ice, some like in cliffs and ledges of ice there have been multiple reports of these weird random doors. Even as recently as 2016, there was a satellite image that captured a door on a ledge of ice. Now, I know I question everything, conspiracy theories to the fullest, but how the you explain that?
Yeah.
For the people that aren't, for the people like, oh, you guys are just blowing smoke up here, how the you explain that door?
Mm-hmm.
In Antarctica, on this ledge of ice. Who built that?
Right?
Hmm?
And has a ring cam. Explain that.
I get so worked up, and then you add something like that, and you just take all the wind out.
Oh, my bad, dude.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's great. It's funny because I never see it coming, and I was just agreeing with you. Like, and a ring cam. I'm like, yeah, wait, what the did you just say?
Fisheye. Peephole. But it's true.
It would be wild if the aliens did have a ring cam. It was like, well, all this technology, don't use our shit. And the alien was like, you gave it to you. I'm like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. Those doors are wild, man.
Yeah,
it is wild.
That's a weird thing to be just walking along, again, ice-bearing land, and you just see like a big door, 30-foot door. Like, and the officer that one of the officers that talked about seeing this big ass door, 18 to 30 foot thick, said they got in easily.
There's something interesting about if you were walking through the tundra and seeing a door, because you make me think of like if you were in the Sahara building pyramids and dehydrated, you might hallucinate an oasis, right? You might hallucinate like a body of water because you're so thirsty. Yeah. And so it's like, is there a chance that you're walking through this like desolate, empty abyss and you see a door and you push it open and you are actually hallucinating this entire thing? Yeah, it's entirely possible. Yeah. Is it as fun? No. Like, I would much rather think that there is an actual door. Dude, the other thing, just quick cat update.
Yeah.
The cats are getting along great.
That's
Nutmeg,
great.
Floops, and Giles are hitting it off. Giles is the leader. And you know what? Good thing they didn't have a cat near those doors, because they had shut them and then yell because they don't know how to open them again. Because that's what's happening in my house right now. I can't get any gosh dang sleep for the life of me.
So the cats are running in the room and closing the door?
They run in the room, and then they're like looking for ghosts or whatever they're patrolling for, looking behind the door like, "Rrr," and then they take the door with their paws and they go, foomp, and then it locks, and I jump up, and I'm like, what the heck? And then they yell at the door because they closed it, and they don't know how to open it again. And then Giles is like pushing the handle down with his little paws, but he can't pull at the same time because they don't have thumbs. And so the whole thing is chaos, man. So it's a good thing they didn't have cats near these Antarctic doors, because they'd get closed and
I don't think they like the cold that much either way.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
don't think they like it as much. But also, aside from the doors, they also there has been sightings of large holes or large openings around Antarctica. First of all, like I want to know who has the real map. I want to know who has the real map of Antarctica that we can actually go and check some out, because I want to go.
Do you?
Yes. How do you not want it? I'm telling you, the secrets of life are there.
Yeah, I do agree.
I absolutely believe that.
I do agree.
I believe some of the best technology, some of the best food. I feel like it's all there, man. And even while I think that Admiral Byrd was a little right, or he might have been, sick from the temperature or something like that, the supposed entries he has that have been revealed, they are intriguing as hell.
There's enough facts in there that it's hard to
look away, like just completely toss it out the window.
Right.
Like you kind of want to, like, oh, okay, well, let me look into this a little bit.
So another Admiral Byrd theory, Hollow Earth. Could Antarctica be the entry point to the center of the Earth and beyond? Is the Earth like hollow, one, and two, like the moon?
Yeah.
But the fact is like, if there is a hollow place into the Earth, push open that door, there's your entry.
And they also, because they do say that the entry points for Hollow Earth would be at the poles.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it could be there. There's no time zone there, right? So it's exempt from all the other rules that we face everywhere else.
Gosh, you make like the imagery, because you said there's those volcanoes there, right?
Yeah.
So if the center of the Earth's core is like hot magma, iron, like just melted, can you imagine like seeing the Earth's core coming up and exploding through these Antarctic volcanoes like that.
That would be
It'd
crazy.
So
but here's the thing.
crazy.
So think about the hollow Earth thing, because one of the reasons why I was like, I couldn't be hollow Earth is because like it wouldn't have a sun, right? So where are they getting their heat from? And Antarctica is all ice, but under that ice, they found vegetation before. So what if the next layer, right, gets their heat from the center, the core of the Earth? What if it's permeating up, and that's how they're able to grow the vegetation, sustain life? But they've also said that it could be a whole nother, I mean, even when in the beginning, when I said that those tunnels that have been made from the steam from the volcano, those areas can get up to 77 degrees, right? So maybe the heat is coming from the active volcanoes or the core, but that's how they've created their own ecosystem underneath that ice. What if you went to a part of Antarctica and you made through a door, or you found the entryway, and you get into a place that looks like Jamaica? I mean, tons of vegetation, trees, fruit. You got people walking around with just banana cloth or whatever the leaves they use right there.
Maybe nothing.
Maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. Especially if they were an alien race, they don't have any. They ain't got no private parts.
Right.
Yeah, they do it like this. It's all telepath. You like that? You like that?
Oh, kind
It got weird.
Yeah.
Like, kinda. But how crazy would that be?
Yeah, it's true. It is like a reasonably fun. It sounds cozy. It sounds like livable. Like, yeah, maybe so. Maybe so, especially because like if the top is a closed sign.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're closed. We don't want you here. No one is welcome. Underneath is the party.
Bro.
That's where it is.
They tap into our satellites and they're watching us like the Truman Show. Because at first I was like, as an alien race, that would suck to just only be here. But first of all, just here is 5 million square miles.
Yeah.
Right? They have unlimited power. They have the ability to listen into our phone conversations. They looking at TikTok videos with us. Like, bro, can you imagine an alien race? Like, you wouldn't get tired if you could just like turn on somebody's phone and just see everything they got going on. You're recording the concert. They're watching the concert while you record. Bro, like, that would be crazy. But
yeah.
Also, like, what is too far-fetched for an advanced and superior alien race?
Well, but it's not like they would, okay, could be that they all live here because they had to escape their home planet in this like very Superman-esque way. Or maybe just like maybe they're their own version of Nazis and they had to escape and like, create a safe haven for themselves here. Yeah. Like, we don't know. I don't know if they're good aliens or bad aliens.
Yeah, we don't know that.
So,
some hollow Earth theorists do believe that there's an inner sun that provides the heat and the warmth for the other layers, because a lot of hollow Earth theorists believe that it's more than just one more layer underneath us. They believe it could be 2 or 3.
I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah?
I see no reason not to believe. Like, well, the sun part I don't believe. But
That's
the
layers
part,
on
layers on layers.
I'm like, how are they getting sunlight though if it's not from a sun? But maybe, what if the sun from the ice is enough to illuminate their world?
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I can roll with
it's
you on that.
It's kind of like a magnifying glass for the light.
I like that. I like that, especially because like if you look at the snow when the light hits it, it's blinding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's
like concentrated. Gypsum?
Yeah.
What is gypsum?
Gypsum is like sand, but not. It's like glass. So like the desert in White Sands Desert, where Boyz II Men did the Water Runs Dry video. When the sun hits it and reflects it, it looks white, but it's not. It's actually clear. The white that we see in gypsum is actually from the sun's light. So what if the ice that's there is different because it's been made by them or affected by them, and it's more closely to the gypsum than it is to regular ice, and that's what's giving it the sunlight down there. Could also be that.
That's cool. Whoa, learning a lot.
I'm gonna figure y'all out, or y'all gonna invite me. It's your choice, aliens. Huh? It's your choice, baby. Because I'm checking off a lot of boxes right now. Give me a jacket and fly me out. Back to Bat Admiral Byrd. Because these accounts are just crazy, man.
At this point, the government's got to be like, we just got to keep this guy around.
Yeah. The stories are so great, right?
Yeah.
But it's also creepy because, like, what if he was telling the truth? Like, what if they were accurate accounts? But one of his entries was that while flying over Antarctica, because remember they had 33 airplanes and carriers and crafts and things of that nature. He saw patches of green grass, right? And he saw what looked to be like woolly mammoths. Only problem with that is that woolly mammoths have been extinct by this time 10,000 to 14,000 years.
Apparently not.
I mean, let him tell it.
Right.
Let him tell it, right? The weird thing about that to me is if one of the weird things about that is when he saw this, evidently he was flying in a plane himself. And then he said he was captured by 2 alien spacecrafts in air. They caught this man while he flying, he and his aircraft, and they just come on the side, was like, we got it from here.
Yep.
And then they took him to an underground cave. There was a big hole, and they flew him in there.
Yes.
Got him out of his ship, and then they pull up to the city that had advanced technology. Obviously, it's underground, so they're able to have their own ecosystem. They're living, you know what I'm saying? Then he was escorted to their leader, who was only referred to as Master, the Master. And the Master told him that they were displeased, or he was displeased with humans and their abuse of our natural resources and how we were treating the earth. And if you think about it from a standpoint of an alien leader that came here, whether to study us or as a result of them being exiled, and then you have this other race which is inferior to your knowledge and your existence, you like, y'all really up this place. It's like you know, if you're an older cat, you go to this bar, and now the bar is run over by younger kids, and they're flipping over tables and bar stools. Like, man, what these little I should beat they. I should beat they. And that's what it sounded like the aliens were like.
I'm gonna throw an alt theory out there.
Love to hear it.
Okay. Just to repeat what you're just saying.
Yes.
Admiral Byrd flying over green grass, sees a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Like, that's a woolly mammoth. Like a Far Side cartoon. Like, golly. Then 2 alien spacecrafts latch on, take him underground, and introduce him to the Master, who says, we're upset with the human race. They're not doing well. This dude is trying to start a religion. He is trying to be a god. Like, this is how Scientology starts. This is how all great religions start, is with one dude who was like given the divine and then said, here's the problem with man and here's how we change it.
Yeah.
This dude was on Antarctica so long that he was like, I'm going to come back. Like, I got some tablets with some commandments on it.
Yeah, they were iPads though.
They were iPads.
He had iPads in 1947.
Early iPads. Yeah.
He was like, what is this? He was like, it's called an iPad. He's like, how do I work it? It's all touch screen. Okay. Well, how do I keep it working? Like, you got to charge it. Charge it. What?
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. I'm God. Yeah. Like,
don't spread my gospel, peon.
I think that's what it is, man. To me, it is a man who had a lot of power. Was like, you know, on the inner workings of the government, the inside of the inside of the inside. You know, underground, the Denver airport, making it work, flying back and forth. And I think he was like, I think I can come up with a religion, guys. Like, I think I'm the guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it sounds like to me. He's the Moses. Like, that's how you start any cult. Like, what do? You like send a seed of doubt, and then you create this like idea that if you can become better than you once were, you're going to like elevate and excel, right? Like, all of it has like best intentions, but worst outcomes. And I think he was trying to start a cult. I think he was trying to start an Antarctic cult.
Very possible.
Very possible.
But he wasn't the only one that had some crazy accounts of what happened.
True.
Or what they saw there.
Norwegian sailor. I saw the same thing. All like sailors jumping on the bandwagon, saying that they saw doors, they saw woolly mammoths, they saw aliens.
Breathtaking underground cities, all the same things.
Yeah.
Not the same things, but very much similar accounts of what Admiral Byrd had said he saw.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that to me is obviously these people don't know each other. So for them to have very similar accounts means they're either all seeing something that is true and undeniable, because if we haven't found Admiral Byrd's journals, then we don't, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, how did they all have the same accounts? But then it makes me think of everyone who's tried ayahuasca and how they all say they see like the same
the
thing.
ancestors
Yeah, they
and
all
all of
see,
that.
and so it's like, when you trip
Mm-hmm.
in Antarctica, are you all going to see the same trip, or is it factual?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I don't have the right answer, but I know when I was blackout drunk in Alaska, I
Mm-hmm.
saw a moose at a gas station, and I'm not the only one who saw that moose.
Right.
So,
Well, okay. Like, was he just there chilling on the edge of the parking lot, or was he pumping gas? Because that makes the world of a difference.
he was just chilling. That would, if he was pumping gas, I would have been like,
Well, I mean, a moose at Alaska is not like really crazy though, right? Unless the moose was doing something that moose don't normally do. Like if he was crouched down shooting dice
yeah,
with some locals, then all right, yeah, we got a lot to unpack here.
sure.
But if he was just there, you know what I mean? Like you could just be like taking in the sights. Oh man, what's this?
It was wild to me. I didn't believe my eyes at first.
Just because a moose was just standing there?
Like when you got to go to Alaska to see like that. A bald eagle landing on the roof of a pizza place.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, man. Unless you live there and then you're like, oh yeah, that's our American bird. Just landed on a chevron. No big deal.
No big deal. NBD.
Yeah, NBD. But yeah, man, shout out Alaska. I love it there. I have one story. I don't know if I've told it on here or not. We were at a Coots. Did I talk about Coots's on here? Anchorage? In Anchorage, Coots? I'll be there in September. So I'm headlining. My first time headlining. I'm at Coots.
Mhm.
And at 2-show night, after the second show, like everyone's buying me shots. I'm having a great time. I was like really proud of my set. And a dude walks in with a cheese ball. You know those plastic containers that you fill with cheese ball that always you buy them and they have cheese balls in them, like that plastic barrel. It's clear and you can see all the cheese balls in it. But it was empty except for it was filled with brass knuckles. And this dude is walking around Coots's bar asking everyone to guess how many brass knuckles are in the plastic barrel. And one guy said like 278 or something like that. And he goes, "You're right." Handed him the barrel of brass knuckles, turned around and walked out. And then this dude was like just left holding this barrel of like loose brass knuckles for the rest of the night.
And see, that's what makes me question Admiral Byrd's sanity. Because this person is in Alaska, clearly with up-to-date clothes and
he was wearing Jordan 4s.
Yeah, see, that's yeah. But he might have went crazy in the cold, man. It's very possible. That's
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Anyway, the Norwegian sailor claims that he saw a beautiful, lush underground place that could be Atlantis. Especially because like Atlanteans were supposedly incredibly tall, very hunky, long hair. You would probably want them on the cover of your romantic books.
Yeah.
And the people that this Norwegian sailor claims to have seen in potentially Atlantis underneath Antarctica, same look, same sexy vibe, a bunch of Jason Momoas walking around.
Yeah.
Fabio's. Man, shout out Fabio.
Oh, he was killing it in the 90s on the front of those romance novels.
Oh,
that was crazy.
That dude's hair, like just a luscious
hair flowing, shirt halfway on, halfway off. You know, like I'm just hearing beautiful.
Can you imagine seeing him like in the wild?
No, that would
I can't
be so
either.
weird.
Like at Quiznos or something.
What is your gorgeous ass doing here? This is weird, bro. You don't go out in public. You have people do stuff for you when you're gorgeous.
I know. Go back to Atlantis, dude.
But the thought of Antarctica housing Atlantis blows my mind.
Yeah.
Right? Because as we talked about in our episode on Atlantis, it started off one place during Pangea when it was all one big continent. And if it was run by gods or aliens and they decided to move it to hide it, or whether it just happened naturally over the course of time, to be able to exist underneath this ice, to have an ecosystem. I mean, granted that they were supposed to be an advanced civilization with advanced technology and everything, but that's still mind-blowing to me.
Yeah. Well, if you think, like, I love to imagine Pangea and as it's separated, like maybe Antarctica was always Atlantis, but as it got closer to the poles and further away from the sun, everything froze. Like that, Atlantis had its own ice age. As it went down, it grew, more and more ice atop, but they had the technology to still thrive and almost have a dome over their city to still survive. Yeah. Like that is also as possible as anything else. Is that Atlantis had an ice age.
Yeah.
Could be.
Or like it just, like you said, doing the natural drift of it, maybe the city sunk a little bit and the top of the city is what froze. but the
Sure.
way they had their energy system set up, maybe like it could be like I've always dreamed of a society where we would have outside air conditioner, and I typically think of this when I'm in like Arizona or Vegas,
Yeah.
right? But like, you know, you've walked over air ducts like walking downtown. You got a little heat in New York, and it was like, ooh, that's perfect because it's a little chilly outside. What if they figured out how to successfully mass HVAC units?
I love
and
that.
Is this cooling or heating or keeping it at the steady temperature that they need for it to be comfortable for their species?
I would say, Admiral Byrd, I salute you.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, like, we're not far, well, we probably are far from that technology, but we're already talking about having lanes on the highway that are dedicated to charging vehicles as they drive. Like they would drive over this charging device, and at a certain speed, I guess, or a number of them, you could get some of your energy back while you're driving. And that, I feel like, is a step in the same direction of like having, you know, outside heating and cooling
100%.
to a certain degree.
I thought you were going to go into the underground tunnels in Hollywood where all of the celebrities and like lizard people drive to get to Vegas in like 90 seconds and stuff like that.
That's crazy too.
That's crazy too.
I've heard about the underground tunnels in Vegas too that they have for just Teslas.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've read a couple articles on it. I haven't been able to confirm anything, but there are a couple videos out there where about these underground tunnels in Vegas that are just for like Teslas.
Dang.
I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny, but I did see 2 videos and read one article, but I don't know if the publication was verified or anything. So
I'll still say yes.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know we're way off track right now, but you made me think of like if the aliens in Antarctica, instead of doing underground tunnels, they're just like shooting through like jet streams in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like certain like what like a cumulus cloud highway that they drive on, you know, to like get from A to B as they go from our galaxy to the next one. Did you see at the Alabama college football game a while ago? There's a college football player. It's shot from underneath, and it's like showing the score, and we're about to cut to commercial, and there's a boop behind him. There's a solar flash, and then something zooms across the sky and disappears. And everyone's like, yo, that was an alien going through a portal, and it just so happened to be caught on TV during a college football game.
I did not see that.
Dog, it's wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I would have seen it then.
Wild.
I wish I would have seen it. I love this type of stuff.
So real quick, I mean, you know, do you believe that there are aliens in Antarctica? Could Atlantis be underneath Antarctican ice? What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Let us know.
Was Admiral Byrd really off his rocker? Or do you think that these accounts could have been what he actually saw? Do you think that Antarctica is housing an advanced Nazi civilization and society? Or do you think it's more of an alien species thing that's in Antarctica that has all of this vast technology? Because I'm always going to go back to the fact that 12 countries, 2 that were recently at war, went in on a treaty that they would share all information, not attack each other while they were there. They can't have a military base, and they are all staying within the confines of this treaty. No one has violated it. That makes me think advanced, superior species to keep all of us in check.
We don't have to like each other, but
let's not kill everybody on Earth.
Exactly.
I want to know what you guys think. And was there a part during this episode that your mind changed or your perspective changed? Put that down as well, because I again, guys, I am never going to not love Antarctica as a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's pretty
cool topic. Like it's so cool to me.
Oh, also, do you think Giles, our black cat, is protecting us from ghosts at night? Is that why he's like looking around corners and shutting doors and meowing at the top of his lungs at 4 a.m? You know what else he does, man? It's crazy. And I know Nutmeg Floops is learning from him, but every night Tina and I go to sleep and he brings a Giles grew up with a stuffed black cat, and he brings it into our doorway and leaves it there every single night, almost like a decoy black cat to protect the bedroom from the spiritual realm. And then he like prowls all night, you know, like a like a museum security guard in Night at the Museum, looking around to try and keep us safe. Yeah, he's Ben Stiller, and he's like, all right, we're gonna keep a decoy right there because the ghost can't tell. And then, like, you know, it's wild. So do you think Giles is protecting us from ghosts each night? Please drop it in the comments. It's crazy, man.
It really is.
It's crazy. Okay, so I hear you on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I love Alaska. I've never been to Antarctica. So the closest I've been is to Alaska. I've been there during 24 hours of daylight.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there during 24 hours of night. And I've been there day and night. And when it was 24 hours of daylight, I did feel like I was losing my mind. Really? I did feel like I'm seeing things. I don't know what's real anymore. It was wild, man. You go to sleep in the sun. You wake up in the sun. It's freezing cold. Everybody up there has no ID. Like, you know what? Like, it's awesome. It's as off the grid as you can be. Yeah. But when you're that off the grid, you know, things permeate. Time isn't real anymore. So as much as I want to believe all of these Antarctic conspiracy theories, I also believe that if you were in 24 hours of daylight and no one is around, you're slowly slipping into the ether. And so, like, do I think it'd be a great place for the Nazis to go? Yeah, absolutely. Like, great place to run and hide. Do I think that aliens are underneath there? Could be. Is it more likely that these people are in 24 hours of daylight and just slowly, you know, losing grip with reality? Most likely. Do I think Admiral Byrd was trying to build a religion because he knew that, like, things weren't working out? You know what I mean? That's the other thing with Admiral Byrd. They were like, yo, this dude is out of pocket. Can we send him to Antarctica and then, like, get back to work? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about that guy. They're like, yeah, we're going to send you on a mission to Antarctica. Right. And it's like, yo, he had his parents, I haven't looked it up, but I bet his parents were involved in the military. He got some Nepo position. And then they were like, he is like mad tripping. We got to like send him off, you know, like we can't fire him because of who his dad is, but you know, we got to get rid of him one way or another. And so, you know, I do what I want to deeply believe is there are secrets of the world there. There are dinosaur bones there. There is a woolly mammoth. Like, I want to know, because there's all those layers of ice, there's flora, there's fauna. There has to be secrets to the natural world there. And maybe that's what the treaty is about, is like, we know the cure for cancer and it's there. But we don't want to do it because like cancer is, you know, profitable. Like, yeah. So I wonder if like, that's what the treaties are about. There's so much ice there. And if you own the world's ice, you know, we're going to go to nuclear war over that ice. There's just no way about it. You know what I mean? Like if Russia owned ice, we would be like, bomb them. Bomb them. You know what I mean?
See if they want to trade for butter.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, you know, I want to believe this one, but I'm a little skeptical of it, just as someone who has you know, lost their mind. And then in Alaska, they put me up in a haunted hotel.
Oh.
Dude,
fun times.
I loved it. I loved
psychopath.
it. I can't wait to move there.
Well, anyway. I can wait. That's not on my being a core for any of the foreseeable future of my life.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. We definitely want that. But more than anything, your comments. We need those. We like to see what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what we can improve on, what you really like, what resonated with you, what may have changed your perception of it. Put that in the comments, man. We're gonna be checking all of that out. Also, Mike has some shows coming up. I have some shows coming up. We want you there. So make sure you check out the description below because it has all our links. You can check out where we're going to be. We might be near you and we're just waiting for you to pull up. So pull up like britches, baby.
Yeah, and quit DMing me with your phone number and the idea that God is going through you into your art and I should buy it on your Etsy account. You know who you are. Stop it. Follow me at Glazer Boohoo, but don't DM me that shit.
As always, guys, I'm Tahir Moore.
Mike Glazer.
And we'll see you next time on another episode of High in the Sky. Go back and check out our Atlantis episode.
Yes, sir.
That was a great episode.
Yes, sir.
We got deep, we got thorough on a city that may not have ever existed before, but we gave you the information that we had. It was a good time. Then come back and check out this video, see if you missed anything that we talked about. A lot of good times.